Hello and welcome to everyone. Today we are going to learn the GS paper 2 for the perspective of UPSC syllabus. As we know that simply under GS paper 2 we classify the GS paper 2 into the three parts. First one is the Indian polity, second governance and third one is the IR. So simply we classify GS paper 2 into the three parts, that is the Indian polity, governance and IR, that is simply referred as the international relation. And today we are going to cover the Indian polity. Today we are going to cover Indian polity. And as we know that Indian polity is also subcategorized into the three parts. First one is the Indian constitution. We have to study about the Indian constitution in great detail. Second one is the laws passed by the parliament, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. As we know that simply the government passed the many laws over the years. And third, we have to study is the rules or notification issued by the government from time to time. So we have to study three things under the Indian polity: Indian constitution, laws passed by the parliament, that what the Rajya Sabha or the Lok Sabha passes the different types of the laws, and third one is the notification that is issued by the government from time to time. So understood what we have to study. First, what we have to study is the GS paper 2. Under GS paper 2 we classified into the three categories: Indian polity, governance and IR, that is international relation. And under Indian polity we have to study three things. First one is the Indian constitution, laws passed by the parliament, and next notification issued by the government from time to time. So at first we have to understand what do you mean by constitution. What is constitution? What actually constitution stands for? So there is a very beautiful definition of the constitution, that it is the supreme law of land which enjoy a special legal sanctity. What does it mean? It is the supreme law of land. What does it mean? It means it is supreme. It is the top. It is at top. Means if we look at the hierarchical level, then we found that at top there is the Indian constitution, then laws, then rules and notification. This what does it means? It means that if the government is issuing any notification, then the government must keep in mind that it does not violate the any provision of the any laws. And if the government is going to make any laws, then the government must keep in mind that the laws must not go against the provision of Indian constitution. Otherwise, the laws will be declared null and void. So, if you don't have understood the Indian constitution, or if you have not understood the definition of Indian constitution, what actually supreme law of land means, then I am going to give you an example with the help of which you will be able to understood what is the actually the constitution, how the constitution is the supreme law of land. To understood, take an example. There was a section 66A. There was a section 66A under IT Act. Under IT Act 2000. There was a section 66A under IT Act 2000. What was the provision in the section 66A of the IT Act 2000? Provision was that if any individual using the electronic devices like laptops, like smartphones, like computers, if that individual is transmitting the messages to somebody, and if that messages cause the unwise to that body or somebody, then the sender will be arrested and put into the jail for 3 years. This was the provision of section 66A. In simple, we can say that according to 66A, according to section 66A of the IT Act 2000, if any individual using the electronic devices like laptops or smartphones or the any other electronic devices, if he or she is sending the messages to somebody, and if that message cause unwise to that individual, then that individual can file the case in the court, and the sender will be arrested and put into the jail for 3 years. And because of this section, a man from the Puducherry, he was arrested and put into the jail for 3 years. Here listen the story of the Puducherry man. In Puducherry, there was a man who wrote on his Twitter handle that one individual has a huge mass of the wealth primarily because of his father is in minister in the central government. Means he write on his Twitter handle using the electronic device, that is the Twitter handle. He wrote a message that one individual has huge mass of the wealth because his father is minister in the central government. Indirectly he was referring to the Kartik Chidambaram, whose father was P. Chidambaram, who was a finance minister in central government. Since this message caused the annoyance to the Kartik Chidambaram, and he filed the case. And after filing this case, that individual was arrested and put into the jail for 3 years. And this led to a great disturbance in the society because it was not fair. You think that if you using the electronic devices, if you type the messages, it causes the annoyance to the somebody. Then if somebody file the case against you, then you should be put into the jail. You think it is right or wrong? So you understood. After that, after this it happened that one lady approached to the Supreme Court and she asked a fundamental question to the Supreme Court. She asked that is 66A section of the IT Act 2000 is not violating the Article 19 clause 1, which deals with the freedom of speech and expression. In simple, we can say that a lady approaches the Supreme Court. A lady approaches the Supreme Court and she asks the simple or the fundamental question to the Supreme Court that Supreme Court section 66A of the IT Act 2000 is not violating the Article 19 clause 1A, which deals with the freedom of speech and expression. Because as we know that under Article 19 clause 1 clause A, we have the fundamental rights, that is freedom of speech and expression. Means what does it mean? Freedom of speech means say what you want to say, speak what you want to speak, express what you want to express. You can express your views, you can express your idea either through electronic devices, either through the pen paper method, either through writing the stories, either through writing the novels. Express your views. Then here the Puducherry man, what he does, express his idea as views about the P. Chidambaram. Then what he does wrong? Because it is his fundamental right that he can give his opinion, he can express his views about the somebody or the others. Then what he does wrong? Then the Supreme Court tells the lady that yeah, you are right. Section 66A of the IT Act 2000 is not in agreement with the Constitution. Means Section 66A of the Indian Constitution is violating the Article 19 clause 1 clause A, that is the freedom of speech and expression. So ultimately this section was deleted from the books of Indian Constitution. So what we have understood here, we understood that here the Constitution is supreme, because if the Constitution will not be the supreme, then the section 66 will continue till now. But the section 66A of the IT Act 2000 has been deleted from the Indian Constitution, and till now there is no any provision like this. So in simple, we can say that what we have studied till now we have studied that what is the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is nothing but it is the supreme law of land, and we understood how it is supreme law of land. Supreme of law of land means it is at top, means Constitution is at top, then their laws, then notification. What does it mean? It means that if the government is issuing any law notification, then the government must keep in mind that notification must not violate any provision of any laws of the Indian Constitution. And if the government is making any laws, then the government must keep in mind that it does not violate the any provision of the Indian Constitution. So we understood also it with the help of an example, that is section 66A of the IT Act 2000. In simple we can say that according to 66A of the IT Act 2000, there was a provision that if a person using the any electronic devices transmitted the messages to the somebody, and if that message caused the annoyance to that body, then that person will file the case in the court, and the sender will be arrested and put into the jail for the 3 years. And this happens in the history of the India, that one man from the Puducherry, he write on his Twitter handle, that is the electronic gazette, and he write that one individual has huge mass or the wealth because his father is minister in the central government. Indirectly he was referring to the Kartik Chidambaram, because Kartik Chidambaram father's P. Chidambaram was a finance minister in the central government. And after this, Kartik Chidambaram filed a case in the court because he was unwise because of this message. Then after all these things, and that person was arrested and put into the jail for the 3 years. And after this, what happens? One lady approaches to the Supreme Court and she asks the fundamental question to the Supreme Court that, dear Supreme Court, tell me that section 66A of the Indian Constitution is not violating the fundamental rights of the freedom of speech and expression. Then the Supreme Court say that how it is violating the fundamental right, that is the freedom of speech and expression. Then the lady tells that freedom of speech means speak what you want to speak. Freedom of expression means express what you want to express, means the person can express his ideas and views either through electronic devices, either through pen paper method. Means a person can write the books, write the novels, anything he can do. He can express his ideas and opinion. And the Puducherry man was doing nothing. He was expressing his idea about the Kartik Chidambaram. So what he does it wrong? It is the right of the that Puducherry man. Then that lady tells that this section is against the Constitution, so kindly declare this section null and void. Then the Supreme Court tells that yes, you are right, and Supreme Court deleted the section 66A of the IT Act 2000 from the Constitution. So till now we understood what is the actually Constitution is, how it is supreme. Thanks for watching video. Please like, subscribe the channel Learn with Learners.